Hello everyone, I am now live and I will take on all the questions you may have about the presentation. I hope you find it very instructive and that you will now be more enticed to follow the diet. So please do post your question and I will try to respond as quickly as possible as they appear. Thank you. I will actually answer some of the questions that I have already received, which include I do not know where to start. How do I do it? Which is a very, very important question, actually. So, for many of you, starting the 30-day reset may already be the biggest step and the most dramatic change of routine. And this indeed requires the right mindset and preparation. So, you need to make sure you have all the tools at hand that you feel and are ready. You can print some of your pages you need and place them somewhere highly visible. Like, for example, your fridge door is usually a good place to start. And get your kitchen ready. Spring cleaning your kitchen may be the fresh new start you need. It will also build momentum and excitement. So take this opportunity to also clear your cupboards and from all the food that have expired, the food that you are not allowed during the entirety of the program, including vegetable oils, and make an inventory of what you can use. I have Taya here asking why the 30 days is important. I think for me, what is really important about today is that there is no better time to reset than today. Especially that we need to become more resilient and we also need to be better equipped to deal with the environment. With everything that has been happening since the beginning of the year, I think a lot of people need to be supported, and the 30-day reset is there to support them. Because when you realize that food is playing part on the stress response, but your stress response is also um, kind of impacted by the way you think, then the way that you don't really realize you speak to yourself and the way you are behaving. Everything is interconnected. So, for example, the way you think will lead to behavior, and this behavior will virtually impact the way you choose to eat or behave. Let it be lifestyle, so you can give up altogether eating healthily and stopping exercising or even meditating if that was the thing that you like. So when you do the 30-day reset, you are actually taking everything back into consideration. You start from scratch. Like when you are with your mobile phone and you can see it's slowing down and you don't know what's happening, you can't, nothing works. You can't send email, you can't read your text. So what happened in that case? You switch off your phone. You push the two buttons and now you reset your phone. Or you can even factory reset it. And that's what we do with the 30-day reset. You tell your body, okay, what we were doing before needs some changes. So let's make the changes happen now. And the way you do that is by being mindful about what you put at the end of your fork and how you process your thoughts and how you live your life according to your environment. Do you actually let the environment dictate the way you feel, the way you eat, or the way you exercise? So in this moment, for me, when I try to get a new set of 30-day reset and the group is starting to grow very nicely, it's very important to tell everybody that you cannot make change happen if you are not already prepared for change. So for me, this is the biggest step, and that's why I'm doing this live Q&A, because you have all the opportunity in your hands now to have all you need to know before you start. And when you actually jump in and you see near immediate benefits, or you feel much better than you have never felt before, I think this is the most rewarding experience that you can feel as following the diet. You have also noticed from the slides shown in the presentation earlier that 100% of people lost weight on a diet. But to make it clear, the 30-day reset is not a weight loss program. You are losing weight because it is the way the body is shifting not only what is happening in the processes, but also your fat accumulation. Your body is saying, oh, I'm not stressed anymore. Oh, I'm doing something different. I don't need to pack up all that fat around my visceral organ to protect me from a beast that's supposed to come around. Because whatever your brain registers as stress is like you are running away from a beast. But the problem is, by dealing with chronic stress every single day of your life, your brain thinks that beast is always there behind you. It's like you are in a cave, and at the entrance of the cave, that beast is waiting for you. This is what chronic stress does to your body. So now I have another question that was sent, and it is I've, I am being prescribed medications. Is it safe to follow the 30-day reset? So first of all, you must discuss your option with your doctor before starting the program and ask for possible interaction with foods. Do not stop taking medicines without discussing it with your doctor, and steer clear of the said food with possible interactions. So, for example, if you know that some medicine interact with some nutrients, let it be supplement of food, which you plan to eat more of, it will be very wise to discuss with your doctor what you can do as part of taking your medicine. Uh, you do not ever, even without any program anyway, you do not change your medicine because you're doing a new program. You need to follow the advice of your doctor. And I think this is the safest route for you to get the best reward as well. Not that to say that once you feel better and you rebalance your organs and your body system and probably reduce your blood sugar level and maybe you get insulin more sensitized, which means that now your body registers sugar better and deal with sugar better, and then the inflammation that sugar brings will be also lowered, which is a really really good point, because what's happening in your body once everything is retuned and reset, then the body starts from scratch. And by cleaning up like very toxic substances that are locked inside your cell or locked inside tissue, especially your fat tissue, then by releasing all those nasties from your body, then that's the great thing. And that's another point where, because you feel better and you don't suffer from chronic diseases in a way that maybe you did before, then maybe you can discuss with your doctor as to maybe reduce your pills or even stop altogether. But obviously, it takes time, and the reset diet, the reset program, takes 30 days initially. So that's the first phase. During those 30 days, you're actually bringing change to your body. In the next 30 days, you reestablish the food that you have taken it out of the diet, from the elimination diet that you followed initially, and then you write down and monitor all the side effects that you may encounter by reincorporating new foods in your diet. And if you really realize that those foods are creating huge problem for you, then it's probably best to steer away from them. So, any recipes on the reset diet easy to follow? Absolutely. I have to say, a lot of people have been scared to follow some of my recipes because they think they are too complicated. But in the scope of the diet, they are extremely easy to follow. They require mostly very little cooking and organization. That is because you are learning to cook from scratch. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to feel empowered. And by literally cooking again. You are reconnecting with food. You're reconnecting with all that food is doing for you, all that goodness. So when you are cooking, don't really see the ingredient itself. See the final dish that you are going to make and how it's going to make you feel. And most of the recipes are for breakfast, lunch, dinners, and snack. So there is nowhere in that program when you are left alone. You have all the guidance that you need, and you are sure that all the recipes are already there for you to help you. So you don't have to look for them, is there. But obviously, as the weeks advance and you want to be more free, you are more than welcome to bring your own recipe on the same basis of the reset. And then maybe also play around with some of the recipe, make your own. And that's why we encourage you to be part of the Facebook group so that you can share pictures of the dishes that you are making, the recipes. Let's say you have changed a recipe and put something that you like better. Maybe in a recipe there was an ingredient that you are not allowed a part of the elimination diet, or maybe because the intolerance test just say, well, you react a lot of this food, maybe it's best to keep it away from 3 to 6 months, for example. So because you are keeping all these foods, you need to reapply this to your recipes. So you do not eat anything that you shouldn't. That's the first thing. And then change the recipe as you would like. So Arnie is asking what are the fees for the program? I missed the part. So for the programs, there are different prices. First of all, depending on what you want included. I will now actually post the link so everyone can click there and find the information straight away. So the link is here. There we go. Here you are. So you have all the fees related to the diet. But one thing I want to make clear is that although it comes with intolerance testing and it makes your life a lot easier when following the program, it is up to you to take it or not. But just to make sure, all of our packages are all on sale for this presentation. But just to make sure, the silver program will get another 15% discount of what it is now. So if you wait until the end of the presentation, the new price will be there and you have until tomorrow midnight to register. After that, the price will go back up. So now I have another question from Arnie. Would a reset be suitable for my 80-year-old mother? Absolutely. So the program is dedicated to the person who pays for it, which means that everything that person has, all the medical history, which can be accessed during initial consultation, which I really recommend so that we have strong basis to build the diet upon, and that the diet will be 100% individualized to you. So if you are an 86 years old female, then yes, you can follow the diet. You have the chance because the diet is done in two different ways, one for winter and one for summer, because now we are going through the winter days. There is a lot of one pot wonders recipes, a lot of stews and things like that are comforting but also easier to digest, which is really really great. So even though your digestive system is not as it should be in your 20s, it doesn't matter because it will be made for you individually. So that's why everything that is done in a diet is for the person who has registered. So if you do want to register for somebody else, you have to make sure that you enter their details so that I know exactly for who the diet is for. And then if we do have consultation or everything else that will be involved as part of the diet will be with that person. So yes, indeed, you can buy the reset for friends or family as a present. Especially that we're gonna have Christmas arrive soon, but I think Christmas this year will be a bit strange. So let's do maybe early Christmas present and let your family enjoy the whole reset during Christmas, because obviously the reset will be there. It will be still ongoing, and you will have all the chances to have a fantastic and healthy Christmas. So I'm also asked by Teya, what happens after the 30 days? Well, it's very easy. Once you have started the initial 30 days, this has been the stepping stone with all your new dietary habits, your new exercise habits, your new, let's say, meditation or mindfulness habits that you have created in your life to be more mindful of the moment, of your environment, and how you react to it. Then the second month, which is the revive phase, is when you actually put back the food into your diet and build more to it. So it means now you are even more mindful of what you are doing. But because you have already the ball rolling, you know what to do and you know how to do it best. So every day you make your life better and easier, and the diet become really like setting through a fantastic life. But what will happen during those 30 days of the revive phase? You will actually feel better. You will see your energy level go even higher and higher as you manage your blood sugar balance. And also, because you feel a lot better, then you will be a lot more entitled to do more, and you will want to do more, and you will want to build upon what you already know. And at the end of the revive phase is the final stage, is the last 30 days. And in those 30 days, you have carte blanche. But no matter what you want to do during the last 30 days, you can use any of the recipes that you were given. You can create your own recipes, but the things that you still get is the support. So you have my entire support for 90 days, not only 30 days. So you will always be able to contact me directly via the Facebook group. You can also benefit from the support of the other participants that are in the same group as you. And so by also sharing your recipes or your adaptation of the recipe, you are actually making other people, you are also inspiring other participants to actually go out of the box and make their own recipe, which is really fantastic because they can come up with something that you didn't think of and you think now will be amazing for you to try. But the thing is, I will also post bonuses on the page. Bonuses, recipes, anything that will help you follow the program. And at the end of those 90 days, you will have the biggest chance to reach your ideal weight, but also be a better person inside and out, because you will be in tune with your body. You will have learned to listen to your body again and what it is saying. You will not need a translator anymore because everything will be clear. And when you know that, then you are more mindful of how you can be in control of your thoughts. You are now in control of the way you think, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you react to environments, which means that you can alter your behavior by just being in control of your thoughts. And all of this has been possible because of the 30-day reset. Because the 30-day reset, yes, can help you reset your gut. Make sure that your gut microbiome is restored in a way that your gut lining is repaired in a way that it is not so leaky and creates so much problem down the line. But also because the leaky gut is also often associated with a leaky brain, which means that the same protein that are responsible to keep your gut wall nice and tight are the same protein that are found in the gut, in your blood-brain barrier, which means that if you develop antibodies that attack those specific protein, then you know that why you have the symptoms of brain fog, or you have poor cognition, you can't remember things properly, or you feel tired all the time. And that will be because your gut is not the right place, but the brain is not affected in a way that drugs that you are taking can actually cross easily in a brain. toxin and other toxic substances can actually cross the brain barrier. But the most important thing of all, you will need to reassess your sleep, because when you sleep and during deep sleep, that's when your brain cleans itself from toxin. So yes, at the beginning you may experience more symptoms because you're trying to readjust to a new diet and everything is moving, and probably your body will be a lot more inclined to detoxify all those toxic substances. So by doing that and making sure that you get proper sleep, you can evacuate toxin easily from your body. And by using the new diet that you are given as part of the program, you will also flood your body with a lot of fiber and key protein and healthy fat, and all of this will help to restore the gut, but also make bulk so that you are always going to the toilet as you should, which means that your bowel will move more regularly, and as everything moves out of the body, the toxins are also eliminated. But that also protects your liver, because as your liver is able to detoxify all those toxic substances and get rid of them and not being reassimilated lower down the line in the intestinal tract, because it is a fact that if you are constipated, for example, especially chronically constipated, waste and toxin can re-enter the circulation, especially detoxified hormone, which means that the liver and our cells have to work harder to get all of this toxin and hormones out again of the body, and the cycle repeats itself. And that's why so many people have so many problems, is because everything goes back in a vicious circle. So you need to break that cycle, you need to reset, and once everything is reset, then your body will work like a clock. So I have other question, like I am taking several supplements, should I continue? Well, the answer is very simple. If the supplements are helping you or you are taking them because you must, by all means continue. But if it is something you started taking and you don't even know why, maybe it's, and you don't even know if they really help, then I think you should go ahead and stop taking them. You can always start again later if it's something that you feel you do. Uh, 30 days seems very short a program. When will I get result? Well, we are all individual and we do not respond the same to changes. And the first few days can be hard for some people. So this will depend on your current diet and state of health, especially if you are new to an elimination diet. Caffeine, sugar, and wheat are very addictive, and you may experience symptoms such as headache, mood swings, craving, irritability, and fatigue, while your body is going through withdrawal and it is adjusting without them. But do not worry, you will recover quickly and feel better than you did before you started the program. You may, in fact, notice improvements, including improved energy, clearer skin, better sleep, stabilized mood, and smoother digestion. The aches and pains you have learned to live with will also improve. And this is when you will start notice you are losing weight. Although that will depend if you do need to lose some of the extra weight. I am hopeless in the kitchen. Can I really cook the recipe? Yes, okay. This has also been kind of asked already, but I have been asked this question many times. And yes, you can cook any of the recipe given in a program. I have personally tried and tested each recipe many times, and they are easy to follow, even if you don't know how to cook. So I offer cooking lessons as well online, and you can benefit from my expertise anytime you need it. Which means that you are scared to cook a big meal, for example, because you haven't been able to cook for a very long time, then I can be live with you cooking the same dish so that you know exactly how to do it and understand the processes. Because obviously, cooking is about processing. And if you don't understand what it is that you are doing and how you should do it efficiently, then you can ask me all the time via the Facebook group, or you can also, of course, require a cooking lesson, which is really, really easy because you can choose from 1 hour or 3 hours. And during the 3 hour cooking lesson, we can go through so many recipes. And then for me, it's very important because then you have all the basis for you to know how to cook. But not only from the reset, but for all the time thereafter. So, for example, if you feel that there are things that you really don't understand how to do properly, maybe cutting, or why we should cut this food this size, and why we should cut this side, and why should we cook it this way and not another way, then if you understand all of these processes and what it does to the food, but what it will do also to your body later on, so that, for example, if you take carrots, you can definitely eat a carrot raw, but if you cook it, then you know that the beta carotene levels and concentration rises, which means that everything in a reset has a purpose, and the way it is brought in a recipe is to get the best of the each ingredient. I work hard and I do not have time to cook. What can I do? Well, many recipes can be done in under 20 minutes or even less. To be honest, cooking from scratch is not a core. It is your special me time. Like I said, think of all the goodness you are about to drench your body with. It is also the best way to understand how it will make you feel, but the best way to reconnect with food. If you do not cook or do not want to cook, it's very little chance that you can enjoy food. And eating, the process of eating is so important because by the way you react to the food that you eat, actually already start the process of digestion. If you eat without being mindful of what you are doing, or doing something else altogether, or watching a scary movie, you can rest assured that your digestive system is switched off. It is not ready to deal with what you give it to him now. So literally, what's happening in those times when your digestion system is switched off, then the food stays longer and petrifies. And what happens is it creates gas, it creates bloating and other symptoms like discomfort and perhaps pain, because sometimes, when this has been going on for a long time, then there are some weaknesses along your gastrodigestive tract that can create very serious symptoms, and usually includes pain. And you know that when you have pain, then this is stress for the body as well. So again, we are back to that vicious circle where the inflammation create pain, and pain create inflammation and stress create inflammation and creates pain on the long term. So that's why it's really important to break that cycle and to reconnect with food and understand why you're doing it and what food will do to your body as you eat it and assimilate it. Do ingredients for cooking need to be all organic? Asked Teya. It's preferable. Personally, I'm more of an advocate of biodynamic, so Demeter certified food. But I understand that in some places it's very difficult to find. But here in London, for example, or a bigger city, or even the countryside where you have a lot of farms around you, it is much better to go to the farm itself and actually visit it, see how they treat the animal, see how they grow their foods, and then make up your mind about buying from there or not. Because for me, one of the most important is that yes, organic farms are fantastic, but going there and buy from them is much cheaper because you are cutting the middleman. That's another advantage. But usually, the farmers are a lot more happier to sell their goods because they are taking more pride, because it is not designed for supermarket. It's designed for consumers, and those consumers are you. And those consumers are usually the healthier type, the people who care about their food. And because you care, they know it, and they will make sure they deliver exactly what you need. And because if they don't, then you know they don't, and then you will not come back. And they don't want to lose consumers, especially if you are a first-time consumer. So for me, I always try to have at least 80% of your food organic. It is okay for some food not to be organic. So many of you know about the dirty and the clean 15. So I will make sure that they are always current because at the moment, I don't know if you know, but spinach and kale are now at the top of the most dirtiest food on the planet, and they also include strawberries, which means that they are the food the most drenched with pesticide. And so for this type of food, it is vital not to have anything but organic. So for example, it is very important when it comes to kale and the Dirty Dozen and the company that is beyond them, is that they do not specify how many pesticides, but how much. Oh, sorry, I will rephrase that. They will tell you how many, but not how much. So, for example, the one that are at the top of the list means that they have been drenched with many different pesticides. But they don't mention down the line for the food that has been drenched with one, but with 10 times more. So it is very difficult to find this accurate, but at least I use it as a basis to understand how food can be healthy and not. And the thing now, when you look at kale, it is very important to understand that yes, it is a healthy food, but if you buy conventional kale, you can rest assured that it's been drenched with a lot of pesticides. But pesticide is an umbrella term. It includes pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, and fungicides. So it is like a soup of chemicals that is drenched on top of food as it grows. So, for example, most of the crops are sprayed on average 4 times before they are harvested. This was the result of so many research that has been done. There will be so many handouts where you can actually access all the research that has been used to make the 30-day reset. And so it is very important that once you understand that mass produced food is drenched by pesticides to really the upper limit, if we can say that, because obviously there is a limit to which a food can be sold. But the problem is, it's very difficult for the institution to sample every single food that is on the market. And some may be at the upper level, meaning that yes, they might be safe for the body, but what they don't say is that how do they interact with all the other foods that have that upper level? Because we don't eat usually only kale. We will eat maybe 3, 4, 5 other vegetables in their plate. And we know that half of our plate should be made of vegetables. So how does this add up on the long term when you want to have a better and more healthier plant-based diet? Yes, you can still eat meat, but if you plan your diet on plants, then you need to be very mindful about where you buy it from. And for me, going to the farms and buy from them directly is the best possible way. And if you have kids, it's a fantastic day out to have. The kids can play with animals. They can see how food grows. But this will be inside of their mind as they grow. And when they are adult, they will remember those days. And they will remember why they need to eat healthier or eat more healthier, because everybody knows that when you are a teenager, it's very difficult to listen to what you are told. But the thing is, if when you were young you understood what food does to your body, then you're already halfway there. Let's see, maybe one final question. I have a scheduled trip or a meal out. What do I do? Well, if you know where you are going, it's always best to plan ahead. Look for places that can accommodate your need and call before you go. It's also very often a good option to do. Um, Ask if they have grain and gluten-free suggestion on the menu. So, like for example, wheat-free, oat-free, and everything else in between, and the gluten-free option. But obviously, many of the gluten-free option also sometimes contain rice as a main ingredient or corn. So always make sure that you ask what they put in and always maybe go for the safest option. I also made a snack inside folder in the support bag, and I think it's always best to keep a copy of it and refer for any ideas to stock up on easy to pack snack, which you can have in your handbag if you need to. And it's also always best to never put yourself in a situation where you are starving because you have not planned in advance. And then you may see food outlet and eat a tuna mayo sandwich, or worse, you can have a burger on a late night food snack, and then everything that you have done so far may be compromised. And the thing is, now you are dealing with trans fat, with gluten, with bad protein meat, and a whole array of additives that now your body needs to detoxify and work harder to get out of the body. I like this question. No one knows if I'm cheating, so can I cheat from time to time? That's very interesting. Once you have figured out your ideal diet, you may in fact observe 80-20 approach. I think I like that. But right now, it is not the time to cheat. It is not worth it. Like I said, if you are going to break down from the program and eat food that will create havoc in your body, then what's the point? Because the 30-day reset is not a diet, it's the way of life. It's the guide dedicated to help you discover your own ideal way of eating, and it will take about 30 days of following the plan for you to experience dramatic relief from long-lasting, debilitating symptoms, aches and pains, and even see your craving melt away. That is because you will be in control of your blood sugar. And imagine now, you have done all that artwork and you will go for burgers and chips. Imagine the spikes in your blood sugar. It will just go through the roof. And you may experience extreme symptoms because as you are following an elimination diet and taking all the food that you shouldn't have, then suddenly you incorporate them and it's a tsunami of problem occurring in your body. So I think it's always best not to cheat. Follow the diet as it is. It's very easy and everything is made for you to follow it without much effort. The only thing is required is for you to cook. And that for me is one of the best advice I can give to anyone is reconnect with food. Understand what it does to your body and your mind and how it helps you becoming a better person. Ah. Yes, Arnie. I suggest specific supplements depending on upon health issues. Yes, absolutely. Uh, for participants that will be joining the reset, one thing I always advise is to have an initial consultation so you have solid ground to build upon the diet and the program itself. So in that case, that will be additionally, I will design the 30-day reset for you separately. It will be individualized to you. And I may recommend some supplement in those cases if I know that there is some deficiencies in so many ways or your body needs extra support. There are some that are actually recommended and they are listed in a support pack. And one, for example, is Ultra Inflamax. And that product is absolutely fantastic to reduce inflammation in your body. So, for example, let's say that you had a bad diet for 10 years and your gut environment is not so great, and you probably have your gut lining fighting on every front to keep it tight and permeable. But the problem is, it may not be 100% efficient. And you know that when the gut is having huge difficulties and become leaky, larger proteins and molecules and toxins and bacteria or even viruses can enter the bloodstream and create havoc almost everywhere in the body. But usually they will always go for the joint where it's nice, moist and humid and where they can grow and really create the feeling of pain. That's why you may experience pains in your joint, and that is usually a sign of leaky gut syndromes. So when you take pro-inflammax for the purpose of the reset, this is actually really, really, really good, because then you can help your body fight better and reduce the inflammation, because what you want is you want result very quickly, because as long as you don't reduce the inflammatory response in your body, then you probably are weight resistant. It means you cannot lose weight as you continue. And that's the way the body reacts, because it understands inflammation as a stressor. And because, again, it believes that a beast is waiting at the end of the cave, then there is always something in the back of the mind, and the mind is saying something is wrong, I need to press the pedal, and everything must slow down. But the problem is your digestion slow down, your immune system slow down. And what that happen, then you know that inflammation can just spread and create really a lot of havoc in the body. So it's always best, for example, to consider some supplement, like I said. But if you are taking some supplement before, and like I said, you're not really sure why you're taking them, and you're not really sure if they're not doing anything, then they're probably not doing anything, or maybe because you are not buying or using the right kind of supplement. As obviously this happens. Some of them have therapeutic values, and some of them have just a name on the label. So it's very important to source your supplement from a trusted company and know that they are 100% working once you are taking them and assimilating them, and you give everything to your body to assimilate them. So again, if you want to have an initial consultation, then I will sit down with you either online or in person, because if you are in a world, anywhere in the world, then I can do online consultation, and then I will go through with you the whole medical history of yourself and your family, so that we can build a bigger picture and a better picture of what is happening right now in your body, and how I can help your body rectify all that is wrong, so that you can have more energy, feel better, and feel happier. Because when everything goes right, I'm telling you right now, your brain will say thank you, and you will feel it every single day as you wake up in the morning, and as you go to sleep at night, and sleep much deeper and much better as well. So I will wait a few more seconds for further questions, but I think it's nearly there. Um, oh yes, I'm used to calculate calories and macronutrient ratios. Is this okay? Well, my best advice is to try to relax into this program as much as possible. I don't want you to overanalyze everything, and especially what you're eating. You are here to enjoy your food, to reconnect with food. I have done all the hard work, so you only have to cook. So make cooking fun and exquisite. Do not restrict your calories, and absolutely do not count. It will make the 30-day reset a full-time job, and this is not what you need right now. And you will also run the risk to tire from the extra unnecessary effort. So that's why for me, everything is done for you. Just follow it. It's super easy, and you will feel a lot better for it. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thank you so much. And if you do have any more questions, please do not hesitate to post on my page here on Facebook. And I will also put the transcripts of all the questions that was asked today and add them to my page, so that anybody can refer to it. So just remember, the deadline for all the good stuff that was presented earlier ends at midnight tomorrow. So Sunday, 20th of September at midnight, all will end. So do try to register as fast as possible. And just want to make a quick note that if you are referring 5 friends, the deadline is the 1st of October. So you have still a lot of time to find friends to accompany you along the journey. Because I understand, for me personally, that when you are supported by people who wants the best of you and are doing the same program as you, everything is a lot easier. And even if you are close by, for example, your neighbors or your best friend next door, it's fantastic, because then if you do have a dinner party, then you're already eating the diet. So you don't have to worry too much about what will be served on the table. And you can even invite them and they know exactly what to expect. So that is absolutely wonderful. And the best thing as well is that if they have some kind of intolerances to certain foods, then they can tell you ahead and you know exactly what not to incorporate on that menu on that time. But the other thing is, why not do cooking together? You can cook in one's kitchen and then bring food back home later. I think this is absolutely wonderful because for me, I always believe in the support of others, especially from people who want the best of you. Um, yes. So now maybe I will have a general question, and that will be for anything else on my platforms that is important for you, because your feedback is so very important. I would like to know what will be the content that you will would like to see more often on my pages. What is it that is important for you? So I will please invite you and encourage you to put comments under this video so that I know exactly what it is that you want and how to make my platforms better for you. Yes, and I think that is it. Yeah. So thank you so much for being there. I know some of you may have wanted to enjoy the summer day outside, and thank you so much.